This is Main Art. Thanks for checking out my channel. Today I'm gonna continue with this creepy kind of scarecrow character. um, this is gonna be with charcoal and pastel, so just gonna jump right in and just kind of pick up where we left off. Um, so right now, really just thinking about maybe vines, things attached to this scarecrow. Maybe the concept is in the it's stuck out in the fields. um could be kind of around Halloween, or yeah, just an interesting character. So I'm gonna just add some of these vine slash corn looking things. And all we're doing here is we're getting our pastel, and then we're just gonna go right over those very loosely, and it gives that effect of kind of just twisted vines, or corn. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna just pick up there. All right. Whether these things are kind of attached, holding on, holding the creature up. So we'll just get a few of these in here for now. Down here, I think we can extend that arm a little bit. On this side, say it comes out through here. And I'm just gonna, this one might have a full sleeve, but we can just use the dark, and then perhaps just taper it off. So I'm just gonna go in here and just shade that out, kind of get our shape that we want. And then what we'll do is we'll go back in and add some detail just to that arm. Maybe it's some kind of textured clothing of some sort. Okay, so yeah, that just kind of gives it that other look on this side. Just gonna work in a few more details to these hands. Yeah, and it's definitely, more of a mix of colors, designs, but it does create a kind of a creepy looking character. And that's the beauty of, the pastel, the charcoals. You can really just get in, see what happens, let it kind of take its own course. Um, and since we're doing something more kind of creepy out there, um, you can get away with a lot of different things, whether it's, we want to different colors, or a strange look. Maybe it's not fully symmetrical. So you could just do a lot of different things. Just most importantly, just having fun with it. Just gonna darken up some of this. Okay. So now that we kind of have this arm in place, kind of a little bit more here. And maybe too, what we can do now that I'm here and looking at it, we could even add some rip, a, kind of a torn look here. See what this looks like. And then let's go back to that original kind of darker color. Say the arm is kind of coming through here slightly. And then all this will just make a cut, like a, just like it's. So it's kind of just ripped off. So it definitely gives a little bit of that feel, that vibe. Just add a little bit more here. Maybe so it's not as even there. So definitely gives it a kind of interesting look. That jacket's all ripped up and everything like that. So very different. But we'll just see how it comes out. From here, I did want to get back into the skyline up here, see if we can add a little bit more to that, lower it out a little bit. Maybe we'll just say something like here. Just pushing that way across, kind of get a skyline back there. Come back in, maybe work in a little bit of the darks. Sometimes just straight clouds across gives it a cool look. So yeah, you can definitely see that. It kind of brought everything forward a little bit. And from there, I think we could just kind of start working in more of these strands. And I'm going to use even the black to try to really even accentuate it further. So we'll have different kind of tendrils and things coming off this character. Maybe it's shooting out to the side. Kind of darken that in there a little bit. So as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit more with all these different things working off, maybe holding the Scarecrow up. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of jump in while I'm here. Could always accentuate any areas we want, darken it up a little bit. Darken that side, down in here a little bit. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely starting to take shape a little bit here. We can even do something a little bit different. Maybe there's some kind of glowing vibe or something coming out of the side or the head or over here. Let's see. See some cuts. And up here, I'm just gonna extend that out a little bit, darken that. This way we get a strong contrast with the sky. Okay, yeah, so definitely coming along here. Um, some interesting stuff happening. Just gonna continue to get in here. And this is just going over it with the charcoal, kind of darkening some areas, seeing what we like. Okay, from here, I want to just see if we can just get in some background texture, maybe just going way out, kind of see what this looks like. Perhaps this is just going to be backfield. So from there, at first, it's going to look a little weird, a little off, but we'll go back over it. But let's just say we're set in the background with corn, different types of corn stalk, going way back. Maybe they're twisted. Giant field. So with that set, I'm going to just go in and enhance some of this just with our charcoal. And what I'm really just going to go over some areas. What it's doing is just darkening it up, adding some shadow. Darkening it. So from a distance, it starts to really create almost that vibe, kind of a cornfield look. Darker out on this side, of course. closer to the center. We'll keep it somewhat light. This may not be the cleanest, but it's you know, it still kind of gives that creepier vibe of this cornfield look that we could even get in if we wanted to with you know, maybe even something a little bit different. How's it, you know, put it's a little different color, might highlight some areas. Not bad, pretty cool. But as we get closer to it, it's going to really have its own front dimension of these like tendrils. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely starting to get a little bit wild. um, but what we're really just doing here is, let me just get back in there with the hat. Cover that up a little bit on that side. Yeah, so it's definitely coming in. And then I'm gonna even darken around the main object. And then this is a good technique just to kind of make everything pop as we're closer here. So let's just see here. This is a cool technique. Let's outline it, our space, where it is. And on this side, so we got it outlined, and then I'm gonna just kind of go in and make and darken all that up quick. So right around it, it's gonna be some shadows. And we'll always come back and go over our lines here. So that's the beauty again of using the charcoal. Just see what this looks like for a second. Got to be always important just to get our original lines there so we know. Okay. Yeah, so that definitely gives it that vibe where it's almost connected into the scene. Um, which is definitely, kind of what we're looking for. Just getting some dark down here. Kind of let me go over that a little bit, give it some dimension. All right. All right. Well, thank you for your I appreciate it. We'll pick back up on this, and I hope you continue to draw. If there's any technique or ideas you pick up, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. If you like the videos, please subscribe and keep drawing. Thank you.